Good morning. I'm Michelle Reynolds, Business Development Manager with Associate Principal Management Group of North Texas, and welcome to my Coffee Talk Tuesday. Today we'll be discussing how to undo previous board decisions. So let's coffee talk about it. If you have served on a board, you most likely can relate to this dilemma, dealing with prior board decisions. Some decisions are genius, while others fail miserably. An association is similar to a small government and should be treated like a democracy. Decisions must be made that will benefit the majority and be founded on sound business judgment. Diversity is what makes the world go round, and being human, we tend to make decisions based on emotions. These emotionally based decisions generally turn out to be poor business decisions. Oftentimes, the prior bad decisions manifest on the future board, leaving them to deal with the fallout. So, how should the current board respond? Well, all board members should understand two very basic rules of thumb to being a good board member. The first rule is fiduciary duty. What this means is that upon election to the board, you, as a board member, are representing the owners. They have placed their confidence in you to act on their behalf and in their best interest. Fiduciary duty includes duty of diligence, duty of good faith, duty of loyalty, and duty of obedience. The second rule is business judgment. This refers to the decisions you make while serving as a board member and means that your actions are judged based on whether an ordinary person under the same circumstances would have acted in a similar manner. Having those two rules of thumb as a guidepost will help with more rational decisions. When a current board is faced with prior bad decisions, there are some things you can do to help overcome the hurdles. Research. Objectively research the matter in detail, and sometimes that means having discussions with the previous board. Review your governing documents. Review them to determine whether or not the prior board's decisions were in compliance with the documents, local, state, and federal law. Generally, at this point, it's a good idea to consult legal counsel advice. Create a plan. Based on your research and legal guidance, if the rules or decision needs to be corrected, amended, or changed completely, a plan must be devised. The plan should be well thought out and supported by the majority of the board. A great resource is your management company. They have probably been through this with other boards a time or two and can provide a wealth of information that can make the process so much easier. Communicate. When facing a major adjustment that will impact owners, it is so important to communicate. Let them know what the board is considering and why. If the change is going to require a vote, communicate often and early. Remember when communicating to try to avoid the negative. Instead, present your rationale in a positive manner. Let them know how it will benefit the owners or impact their quality of life or property values. Implementation. Once the formalities of voting, amending documents, rules, etc., it's important to implement the changes that were adopted. Set reasonable timelines in which owners should comply or adhere to the new rule or policy. Give advance notice of the effective date to ensure that owners have time to prepare themselves for the new way of doing things. Websites, portals, bulletin boards, newsletters, and email blasts are some helpful tools for communicating those changes. Unless we can roll back the clock and actually walk in prior board's shoes, it's difficult to understand the rationale behind a decision that ended up being a bad one. The best any board can do is to simply move forward and try to steer the community back on the right course. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you join me next time as we discuss effective board meetings. To understand what an effective board meeting is, we must first define effective. Have a wonderful day, make it count, and be kind out there.